Okay, let's continue. Okay, let me repeat this back. Okay, so this ammonium ion, it's coming from the cell in the cytoplasm inside the liver cell. So it will be transported into the mitochondria inside the liver cell. So what will happen in the mitochondria? It will combine, react with ATP and also carbon dioxide and form a molecule we call as carbamoyl phosphate. So this carbamoyl phosphate will be transported out back from the mitochondria into the cytoplasm and enter the urea cycle. So this carbamoyl phosphate, it will react with ornithine to form citrulline. And then citrulline will be converted into arginine succinate. And then arginine succinate will be converted into arginine. And then arginine will be converted into ornithine. So while arginine is converted into ornithine, it will release a urea group, urea molecule. So then this urea molecule, it will be excreted in the form of urine together from the waste product coming from your kidney. Okay, so now our body has already secreted the dangerous ammonium ion. Okay, so this urea cycle is important to eliminate this urea group in the form of urine, and also it's important to form intermediates like arginine and fumarate, which is used in another type of metabolism, which we will not cover, but so that you know, these intermediates are also used in other metabolic reactions. Okay. So that is overview for protein metabolism. Okay, so we have, kejap. Okay, so we have transamination that's happening in the skeletal muscle, followed by number 2, oxidative deamination, which happens in the liver, and then urea cycle, which happens also inside the liver. So that is the complete process of protein metabolism. So far, any question?
No, doctor.
For you to better understand how you would write this process, you can refer to the supplementary notes I've attached in the WhatsApp group. Okay, all the things that I've mentioned is in visual form for you to understand. But if you want to know how to write the process, it's in the supplementary notes. You can scroll down through this process of protein metabolism. Okay, all right. So let's move into the next subchapter. Okay, we have covered protein metabolism. Okay, now it's important for you to understand amino acid can also be categorized into these features or properties we call as ketogenic amino acid and glucogenic amino acid. Okay, so the carbon skeletons of all of the amino acids can turn into these 7 products, okay, which are, for example, pyruvate, acetyl-CoA, okay, and so on, oxaloacetate, which all of these 7 products, okay, can be used to synthesize glucose and also lipid, okay, and it's very important to as production of energy. Okay, so glucogenic amino acid means that this amino acid can be converted into glucose, okay, in other reactions. So that is why it's called glucogenic, meaning that it has similar structure as glucose, okay, that after if it's going through some metabolic reactions, it can form glucose. So that is what is meant by glucogenic amino acid. We also have ketogenic, meaning that this amino acid have the similar structure as ketone or ketone bodies, which we look into in lipid metabolism later. But just to show you, they have similar structure that they can undergo metabolic reactions and eventually form ketone bodies. So generally, ketone bodies is important in survival for condition of prolonged fasting. Okay, when you don't have sufficient carbohydrate and carbohydrate and protein, so lipid will take over as your source of energy in the form of ketone bodies. So this amino acid can be converted into ketone as well. The integration between carbohydrate metabolism, protein metabolism, and lipid metabolism, you will learn later on in detail in chapter integration of metabolism. Okay, but I'm just exposing you earlier on so that you understand. Okay, amino acid can also form glucose. Okay, it's not a separate thing. Alright, so this is another example. Okay, this is our Krebs cycle. The one in the middle is all the intermediates in Krebs cycle or TCA cycle. So if you notice, okay, these intermediates, they can come from amino acid. Okay, the pink colored ones are glucogenic. Blue ones are called ketogenic. So for example, in citric acid, we have alpha ketoglutarate, okay, which can be formed from glutamate. And glutamate can be formed from arginine, glutamine, histidine, and proline. So this four is actually amino acid. Same goes to, for example, fumarate. So fumarate is an intermediate of TCA cycle. Fumarate can be formed from phenylalanine and tyrosine. Okay, same goes to oxaloacetate and so on. So this is to show you the interaction between protein, okay, and also carbohydrate metabolism. Okay, this one is okay. We don't have to do tutorial yet. Okay, any question for protein metabolism or urea cycle?